Hi friends, welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast, episode 117. Hi, my name is Lori. I live in the Chicago suburbs with my husband Ryan and our cat Daisy. And I love to crochet and I love to knit. I love all things yarny. And all of that yarny goodness you can find on my social media links. They are linked down below in the description box. And all patterns and fancy yarns that I talk about will be linked down there as well. Sorry, I started to record this intro and there was a cat hair that caught in the sun. It was just floating in front of me. Made me laugh. Anyway. Oh, welcome new viewers. I'm glad you found me. And returning viewers, hello again. I'm glad you came back. So, let's get buckled in. We got a lot to talk about. So as far as life stuff, it's been pretty busy around here. We've got, the holidays are now going. We had Thanksgiving this week, 2 days ago, where we actually went to Ryan's family. They live in Western Illinois, so it's about 2 hours away from here. Northwest Illinois, I should say. And so we took mashed potatoes, and then my family always had cheesy grits casserole for Thanksgiving, and so it's like I need to have that for my Thanksgiving, so made sure that was there. And so and we just spent the day out there. Got to see my niece and nephew and chat with them, and my brother-in-law and sister-in-law as well. Ryan's younger brother and his wife were not there, but anyway. So yeah, that was a good afternoon. And then yesterday, I went up to Michigan. My mom and dad, should say. They both live in Southwest Michigan, so it's 2 hours away. So we're like 2 hours in between our parents, which is kind of nice. So I went up to see Mom, and we went Black Friday shopping. There's been a lot of hullabaloo about should you go Black Friday shopping or not. It's tradition for my mom and I, so we went. Walked through the mall, and I was like, there's nothing that I'm really wanting. Like, there's nothing I need. There's nothing I really need to shop for. Other things that I need, I've already gotten. So yeah. We did find some good deals on sweaters. Mom needed a comforter. She found a gorgeous comforter for her new bed, so she's all excited about that. But yeah, before all the holiday stuff started, Ryan and I've been busy. So we have a new gentleman at church who actually repaired our cross on our steeple for our church, which it's like we no longer have the toothpick, which a lot of people in our church lovingly called it, because our cross had been hit by lightning, and so it's just this stick, a metal stick, and now we have this gorgeous is it cedar? I forget what it's made out of, which type of wood, but it's a wooden cross. It looks gorgeous. But then he was also going to do some landscaping, and he bought some cedar trees for the church, and there's really no place for us to plant them, so we took 2 of them. So they're blue Atlantic cedars, so they're pretty good size. I mean, now I'm taller than them right now. But Ryan and I planted these trees, and yeah, so that was fun. I'm excited to watch them grow, And speaking of trees, the Christmas tree is up now. And actually, it's a new Christmas tree. Yeah. So, the Christmas tree that Ryan and I have had since we got married, our first Christmas in 2004, it's still a great tree. It's not bad, but like has these plastic, not plastic, but they're like vinyl kind of needles that fall off like crazy. I'm surprised there's still some on it because I feel like I vacuum up half the tree every year. But it's not a pre-lit tree. It's just, and I'm the one that puts it up. I'm the one that put the lights on. I'm the one that does, and I'm tired of it. I'm just done. And so, actually, in the last 10 years, actually, it's like, can we get a pre-lit tree? And honestly, I'm nervous about having a pre-lit tree. I'm afraid that next year we'll go to plug it in and the lights won't work. But, so we decided we were going to look. We went to Menards because Ryan had rebate money. It's like, well, let's save some money if we can. Went to Menards, nothing compared to what we have. Like, they just all look scraggly, and they were short and not as big and not as full, and it's like, that's not gonna work. And then I was like, well, let's try Michael's because that's where we got our tree from. Let's go check. And like, my parents' old tree that they used to have was from Michael's. Gorgeous, awesome trees. Like, we always have the best luck when we go to Michael's. Michael's is a craft store if you don't know. I used to work there. Love Michael's. So we're looking around, and it's like, nope, that's not big enough. That's not wide enough. That doesn't look full enough. And we walk around, and there's one that we see, and it looks comparable in size. Maybe, and we're just like, I don't know. And then we looked at the price, and we're like, probably shouldn't. I mean, even on sale, it's still a lot more than what we were wanting to spend. And I was just like, I don't know. And then like the fear of, oh, what if the pre-lit lights stop working? And then what do we do? And I was just like, maybe we shouldn't. And then I found this little controller on like underneath the tree. I was like, what does this do? And I pushed the button, and it went from like the warm white lights, which I love, to colored lights. And then like I kept pushing the button, and it would change like to different flashing sequences and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, this tree is worth that money. And then so we grabbed the ticket, we went up to the cashier, and it was even that, like, they even had another sale on top of that sale, and so it was even cheaper than what we were thinking. And I was like, yay. So this morning we put it up, and it's going. I don't have all the ornaments on. That's one of the things that we were worried about, is it going to be able to hold all of our ornaments? And honestly, I don't think it's going to. Our old tree didn't either. Like, I didn't put up every ornament every year. So, we will just see about this. I'm going to be picky about what I put on. Anyway, and then the whole time, like, we're debating about it. It's like, I need a new phone. I just need a new phone. And, like, that's not going to be cheap either. So, the phone that I'm using right now to record this, it's my old phone. Love the camera, love everything about this phone. Just the phone part of it doesn't work. And it just stopped working one day, and I was like, what happened? So I take it in, and they're like, oh, it's a 3G phone, and we just tore down all our 3G towers, so it won't work. And I was like, great. Now what am I going to do? And so I was complaining about it at work, and my boss was like, I have an old iPhone if you want it. Free phone, I'm not going to argue. But I hate the iPhone. I hate it. So I've had it for a year and a half. Still drives me nuts. So Wednesday. So it was before all the Black Friday deals that came out. I was like, I kept seeing, we have 10 phones, we have 8 phones, we have 6 phones. Ha! So we ordered my phone. It'll be here next week, just in time for Vlogmas. And my case and the screen protectors are coming today, so I will have them all set, ready to go. So I'm very excited about that. So, yeah, so this next week is a busy week. Getting ready for Christmas and all that fun stuff. We have people coming over for dinner on Tuesday. And then Thursday we're going to go up for the Chris Kindle market. I was kind of like, why are you wanting to do it so early? We usually do it during Vlogmas. Oh, what am I going to do? So, I have a plan. But anyway, are you ready to talk about yarny goodness? I am ready to talk about yarny goodness. And you know why I'm excited to talk about yarny goodness? Because I have 3 finished objects. Yeah. So I've found that if I set a small goal, I can accomplish it. So if I just have like a small amount of projects on the go, instead of like 5 or 10, if I just have 4, it's easier for me to get stuff done. So we'll go in order of how they got done, okay? So the first one, there is no pattern. This is the inspirational photo I found. This is Maureen. She lives in Kenya. I just loved this cowl. Like, I just love the way it looked on her. It looks so cute. So I wrote down the dimensions and the size needle I would need, or yeah, the size needle that she used. I decided to do mine crochet. I thought about knitting it, but I was like, no, I want to crochet it because crochet is my first love. So I don't have a pattern. It's just single crochet. It is living in my Wonder Woman bag. Love this bag. This is by Allegheny Fiber Arts. I will link her shop down below. I love this bag because there's also a little divider in here. So if you do 2 at a time socks, that's great. I don't have the label for the yarn. Don't know what happened to it. It's probably in my bin over there. But the yarn, this lovely natural colored sparkly yarn. So this is from Deitricks Alpaca Ranch. All the yarn comes from their alpacas, and they don't dye it, and it is, so the colorway is the name of the alpaca it came from. So this one is called, the name of the alpaca is My Glory Bee, which I was like, I like that. Sounds like Lori. Gonna take it. So obviously it's not 100% alpaca because there is some stellina in there as well. It is a worsted weight. I think, did I have 100 grams? I don't remember. But anyway, so are you ready to see my finished cowl? So yeah. So here is where I was last time. And then I finished all this. I did a little border down both sides and across. Is it this way? I don't remember. Can't tell. You really can't tell. I think this is where the foundation single crochet was. That was so uneven and so horrible. So this row of single crochet helped even it out. But the main part here, ta-da! So I put in a purple ribbon, obviously. Just put a nice little bow on there. I think that turned out so cute. And then I also have a silver ribbon. I thought about putting that in for the holidays, but then I was like, you know what? Too much hassle to switch out the ribbon, so it may just stay purple for forever. So, here we go. Fix the hair. It looks lovely with my yarny, my piratey sheep t-shirt. Yeah. So yeah, there it is. I love this. I think it turned out so cute. And my plan was to wear it tonight. We are going to the For King and Country concert. It's their Christmas concert. It's two guys from Australia. I'll link them down below. Them and Sidewalk Prophets have single-handedly, both of them have helped get my husband in Christmas mood. So, I thought about wearing this tonight, and then I was like, I found a sweater. I'm gonna wear that instead. And it's a sparkly sweater, so this would just be, I think, too much sparkle. Although, is there such a thing as too much sparkle? I don't think so. I just think the purples are gonna clash. But anyway. So that is finished object number 1. Finished object number 2 is the Just Feel Cozy wrap by Kalisha of the Quirky Monday Craft Class. I made mine into a blanket though. It's a lot bigger than just a wrap. She designed this pattern specifically for minis that you get in an Advent swap. So I had 2 years worth of minis. Was living in my Chicago yarn crawl bag from 2021. Love this bag. So yeah, I had 2 years of an Advent swap that I do with other viewers. And so here's my finished blanket. So let's see. We'll start at the beginning. So I started with, this is Loops and Thread Wool Like Yarn in the colorway white. So it's an acrylic yarn. I forget how much more. I think I did chain 273, I think is what I saw on my notes. I think it's in on my Ravelry page, what I did to increase it. So like, yeah. Anyway, so it's just a little bit wider than my wingspan. And then as you go up, this is all year 1. Still year 1. And then when you get to this white here, that's the break between the 2 years, and then starting 2022. Okay. So I had a stitch marker here last time. I didn't talk about it. So yeah, it's a little kitty in a teacup. So when I started again, I started with this white because I took a break during the summer. And then went through year 2, got through this pretty purpley part. Ugh, I'm all confused here. Where did my, okay, there's my other stitch marker. Cute little hat. So that's where I was last time. And then I've done all of this. So not much left from the last time I did it. And then I did another row of the Loops and Thread white, and then I did some down the side just to kind of finish it off. So my blanket is done. I started it last December, so it hasn't been a whole year yet that I worked on this blanket. I love this blanket so much. I haven't washed it yet, but I have snuggled underneath it. And it does keep me nice and warm. So, yay! I'm so glad that's done. And then I posted a picture of it, and Kalisha commented, she was like, I love the fact that you made it a blanket instead of just a wrap. I'm like, I do too. So, the other one that I'm very excited is done are my Miss Marple socks. I finished those. I finished those Thanksgiving Day, actually. So I knitted on them on the way there. And then I was like, oh, I have so many rows to go before I finish it. And I was like, do I? Or can I just finish it now? So that's what I did. I finished it. Because I just wanted them done. So they were living in my Mary Poppins bag. Because Miss Marple is a great British character, and so is Mary Poppins. She's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So the yarn that I used, this is for the heels, toes, and cuffs. This is my contrasting color. This is Cloudborne Fibers. I think that whole line is discontinued now. It's like you can't even get any of this now. But this was their Lavender Heather colorway. And then the whole reason they're called the Miss Marple socks is because of the yarn, the colorway of the yarn. Don't have my ball band. What is my problem today? Yeah, here's the colorway. It is called Miss Marple. It is by Ainsling Yarns. It'll all be linked down below, I promise. It's their 100% BFL base. So it's Blue Face Luster. Yeah. Yeah. And again, the colorway is Miss Marple. It's these gorgeous purples. I love these. I love this one so much. And then the pattern that I used is called the Vanilla Latte Socks. This is by Virginia Rose Jeans. The pattern is no longer available on Ravelry, but I did find a tutorial on YouTube. It's linked down below, so you can still do this pattern. And it's super easy. And so, you ready to see them? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So I just washed and blocked them last night. The ends are not woven in at all, as you can see. Ta-da! Yeah. So, last time I was here, we have another great British character represented. Trying to get you to focus on Emma. Figured I'd make this all British ladies on this project. But yeah, so I just love how this pattern turned out. I did have to increase my stitch count. I usually do 60 stitches total for my socks. I had to increase to 64 so I could do the pattern repeats. Sorry, there's fuzz stuck to my ring. So yeah, and then I did the shadow wrap heel tutorials by Denise of Earth Tones Girl, very similar to the Fish Lips Kiss heel. So that's just what I always do. And I always do my socks two at a time. Maybe I'll wear those tonight to the concert. Okay, make some progress. I have two. One is going to be an ongoing project for sure. That's because it is made out of tiny little squares. It is a Cozy Memories blanket by Hannah of the Cozy Cottage Crochet podcast. Using leftover fingering weight yarn. It's living in my Wonder Woman bag because I love Wonder Woman. So where am I at? What have you seen? Okay. So because I had just finished my Petite Curie shawl, I decided to put that square on. And then I had this one, and then this one, which I ran out of the fun yarn, so found something else to go with it. And then there's this one. Yeah. So here is my blanket all together. It's hard to show because I did mine, because I'm doing mine corner to corner. It's hard to show. So all the ends are woven in. They're ready to go. So yeah. This one's gonna be a nice blanket once it's done. I'm gonna love it just as much as my Just Feel Cozy blanket that I just finished. My other make in progress is living in my Frida Kahlo bag, which is also by Allegheny Fiber Arts. This time she has added a little zipper pocket on the back. And I have my pin Lost in Fiber Space. In here is the Crimson Cowl by Edie Ekman. It's a Yarnspirations pattern. So it's free on Ravelry. The yarn that I am using, I do have the ball band for. It's what happens when you're like done with a project and you clean up immediately. Anyway, so the yarn that I'm using is Wild Star Fibers. It is their Planetary Sport base, so it's 100% superwash merino, and the colorway is called Fallen. Let me get the cake out for you. This is Fallen. It's beautiful, tonal purple. This side looks horrible, so we'll just show you this lovely side. I started at Thanksgiving night, so I haven't gotten very far. This is it. And actually, I was looking at it, it's only 18 rounds. And it's a very lacy pineapple kind of cowl. So, it'll go really nice with my hair once it's done. So yeah, I don't think it's going to take me much longer to finish this one. So that'll leave room for new projects. Alright, so my December goals. This is what I'm going to work on. One is going to be a design. It's a redesign of something I've already done. Are we focusing okay? There. So I had done, I called it the March Cowl. And so like all my designs are after a lady who inspired me. All my patterns are linked down below. So like I have a Jane Austen shawl, I have a Marie Curie shawl, I have an RBG shawl. So I had done one for Louisa May Alcott, author of Little Women. Christmas time always makes, like, Little Women and Christmas kind of go together for me in my mind. Mostly because of how the book starts. So I'd done the March Cowl, which is after the March family in Little Women. I'd done that and I didn't like it. I just don't like how it looks. So I'm redesigning it. So I have lovely yarn in this bag, which makes me think of family because my grandma had made, I found this fabric a long time ago, and I think it's exactly like fabric my grandma used to make I want to say she made a cushion for me. The same, it's flannel with these tiny little rosebuds on it. Same fabric. And then I have my little thumper pin on there because that was my nickname when I was in utero. And then I have my Choose Joy, which is my mom's name. Anyway, so it's a family bag, which is perfect because the March family. Here is the old design. I don't even want to show you. I love the cabling. I just don't like this. So we're gonna figure out something else. I do have some. I had crocheted this up into a hat and never wore that hat, and it was just too big for me. And I have a big head, so it's not. This is Yakagani yarn in the colorway Ravager's Funeral. It's a DK weight yarn. So I'm gonna use this kind of like as a practice colorway, and then the main color that I want to use is this one. Like, it will be one cowl out of one skein, honestly, is what it will end up being. This is by Bumblebee Acres Fiber Farms, and the colorway is Mega March. It's from their Little Women series collection. And so yeah, since I'm the older sister, I really identify with Meg. Like, I totally get Meg a lot. My coworker's like, I'm such an Amy person. It's like, I can totally see that. But anyway, so yeah, I'm very excited about this to be started. So that will be skeined up or wound up real quick. Started soon. Let's see, what else? We'll go with these. So, because I finished a pair of socks, I need to start a pair of socks. And I have a plan to start a pair of socks on Christmas Eve. But that's not for over almost a month away. Today's the 25th, so it's less than a month away. But it's like, I need some socks to be working on. So I'm going to work on these socks. So this is Hobie yarn and their Christmas wool glitter. So it's their sock yarn. It is 73% wool, 25% polyamide, which I'm thinking is the nylon, and then 2% polyester, which may be the glitter. I don't know. You can just see the sparkle in there. This one is color number 4, which I think is Dancer. I'll look it up and put it on the screen for you, but yeah. And then for contrast, heel, toes, and cuffs, I have Valley Yarns Huntington, which is 75-25, 50 grams, and the colorway red. So I may even start these this afternoon. We shall see. Oh my gosh. So this is my Christmas flamingo bag I got from Claudia from Crochet Luna. I'll link her down below. And at the bottom of this bag, I took this bag on the cruise I went with my mother a year ago. At the bottom of this bag is a little piece of glitter. Oh! I dropped it. I don't even see where it went. Aw, bummer. The Mickey head glitter, piece of glitter from my cruise. And it was a nice little reminder in the bottom of my bag. If I find it, it will be going back in the bag, honestly. So, I'll be searching for that. Alright. The other, I do have plans for a Christmas Eve cast on, like I said. I haven't even really put it together yet, but it's gonna live in this cute little bag. I think Jen made this. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jen and Jill. They are the ladies that I do my Advent swap with. This was in my box last year. And so in it is going to be this yarn, which I got a long time ago, so I've been waiting patiently for Christmas Eve. This is from Nomadic Yarns. She's actually local here to Chicago. But so it's a sock set. It is called Wonderland, and then Deep Purple is the contrast color. But it is self-striping yarns. I have wanted to order her stuff for so long. So yeah, this is for Christmas Eve. I'm very, very excited about it. I'm still looking for that glitter. And then, because I don't have enough projects to do during December. It's going to be living in, this is one of my original Kalisha bags from Quirky Monday Craftcast. It is going to be, this has been all over Instagram and Facebook and all over social media. It is the Sophie scarf. So it is a knit little, tiny little kerchief kind of thing. It's knit, so I don't know how long it'll take me. But you need a DK yarn. So I'm using Creo Family Yarns on their Mama Bear base. It's a DK 2-ply. It is 45% baby alpaca, 45% merino wool, 10% mulberry silk, and the colorway is Magnolia. So yeah, I'm very excited to start this. This has been on my list for a while as well. So, other yarns that I've gotten, and I do have projects to do, but I'm not starting them. They're not on my December goals. Those are my December goals for this year. My mom ordered some yarn. She's like, I'm gonna buy some yarn and then send it to you. She gave it to me yesterday. So I can make her some mittens. So it is Cascade yarns, and they're 220 superwash wool. It's 100% superwash wool. I don't see what weight it is. I think it's a DK worsted, so it looks worsted to me. But here's the colorway. It's called Soft Pink. She wants another pair of mittens like the ones I knit for her earlier this year. So yeah, I think those will be pretty. And then yarns that I wasn't expecting. I don't know what my husband's doing. He's going somewhere. That's what that noise. It's the garage. If you're wondering what that noise is. I saw a thing from Expression Fiber Arts. I followed her for years. I've wanted some of her yarn, and she had an Oopsie mini skein sale, like a mystery pack. So you don't know what you're getting when you order it. So it's a 3-pack. I thought it was gonna be 3 20-gram minis, and then I could just put 2 in my yarn swap. And then it wasn't, they were actually 50 grams each. So I split one up and sent some to Jill and some to Jennifer. These are the 2 remaining colors. So I have 100 grams of Expression Fiber Arts yarn in this lovely like wine red color, and then this mauve pink. The camera's making them look a lot closer in color than they actually are. Let's see. There's a little better. So yeah, not quite sure what I'm going to do with those. Maybe Valentine's socks. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I don't know. We'll see. And speaking of Advent, my Yarny Advent swap. This is my box from Jill. Oh. And this is my box from Jennifer. I haven't opened them yet. I'm going to get stuff situated for Advent to start next week. Oh my gosh. So, my plan this year for the Advent, for the yarns that I get, I'm actually going to add them to this blanket. So, I have it all set up so I can start adding wherever, actually. It doesn't really matter. So I'll just have a big section here of Yarny Advent. So long as it's fingering weight yarn. If it's a different weight yarn, which we didn't specify weights of yarn this year. So if it's fingering weight, it'll be in my blanket. So I'm very excited about that. And, whoa, don't fall. As the lady that goes to my church would say, sit, stay. That's what Sharon says all the time. Anyway, so Vlogmas. Vlogmas starts next week. And so I'm going to do like a whole like Vlogmas prep video because we're doing Christmassy stuff before Vlogmas officially starts. So there will be a video, a pre-Vlogmas video. At least that's what I'm planning. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, we had a lot to talk about, so it's finally over. Whew. So I'm going to clean up. I'm going to get something to eat. I'm going to rest. And then I have a concert to go to tonight. So, I will see you next week. God bless. Bye. Hi friends, welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet